People are wanting something. They feel like they're missing something in their life. And when people are searching for that, they reach out to other ways.
No matter where you are in your life, there is always time for you to look at where your life actually is and where you want it to be heading.
What we're doing is in the very present, the moment, dealing with the human being, their spirit, their heart. Those things they really need to touch the world in a good way.
And it's really about making those strong connections to that natural world, because that was the original teachers. And so we need to get out there and spend time with nature and all of the elements.
Spirituality is not about making someone else happy. It's not about doing what someone else says we have to do. Our spiritual journey is about us.
We don't have to live like we're living and die like we're dying. We can live consciously. We don't have to live by our past. We can live in the present and create our future.
We're going to be talking to you about the time of earth changes.
Więc będziemy mówić o czasie zmian na Ziemi.
We know that many things are happening.
Wiemy, że dzieje się bardzo wiele rzeczy.
Without prophecy, we would be afraid.
Bez przepowiedni obawialibyśmy się.
But with prophecy we know that we are following an order of things.
Ale dzięki przepowiedniom wiemy, że wszystko jest na swoim miejscu.
This is the time that the Mayans call the time of no time.
To jest czas, który Majowie nazwali czasem bez czasu.
It is a time when each of us has to look within our own heart.
To jest czas, gdy każda z nas i każdy z nas musi spojrzeć w swoje serce.
To create the new world that is to come.
Żeby stworzyć nowy świat, który nadchodzi.
The time of our childhood is over.
Czas naszego dzieciństwa się skończył.
Because now we co-create.
Teraz współtworzymy.
All that is to come.
Wszystko, co nadchodzi.
For the Native American people,
dla rdzennych Amerykanów,
as you know, we were conquered,
jak wiecie, podbito nas,
dominated,
zdominowano,
dispersed,
rozprzestrzeniono,
separated,
odłączono, podzielono.
Our children were put in boarding schools.
Nasze dzieci były w szkołach z internatem.
As in many other places, like
w wielu innych miejscach, jak w Australii.
And they were not allowed to learn their language.
Nie pozwalano im uczyć się rdzennego języka.
Or carry their spirituality.
Nie pozwolono im praktykować duchowości.
And so for many of us,
więc dla wielu z nas,
it has been about coming home.
To jest o powrocie do domu.
All my teachings from my grandfather, my father, my great uncles,
wszelkie moje nauki, moich dziadków, moich wujów,
elder brothers and elder cousins, I was the youngest.
Ja byłem najmłodszy.
Came from doing.
Pochodziły właśnie z robienia.
It wasn't an intellectual exercise.
To nie było ćwiczenie intelektualne.
In the act of doing, a long time ago, we realized that through doing we become.
Więc uświadomiliśmy sobie bardzo dawno temu, że poprzez robienie różnych rzeczy stajemy się nimi.
So, in the way I walk, I'm simply walking in the way 20,000 years. I'm trying to walk with the wisdom and carry this of my elders.
Więc ja staram się właśnie żyć taką mądrością moich przodków, nieść tę mądrość sprzed 20 000 lat.
And bring that to this day.
i przynosić tę mądrość tutaj.
There are many prophecies for the future,
Jest wiele przepowiedni na przyszłość,
but the most important aspect of these prophecies
ale najważniejszym aspektem tych przepowiedni
is to let us know that it's time to prepare for change.
jest to, żebyśmy się przygotowali na zmianę.
It means working together again as communities,
Oznacza to współpracę w społecznościach,
finding your ceremonies so that you connect with the natural world,
znajdowanie ceremonii, tak by połączyć się ze światem natury
and bring back the love to the people.
i przywrócić miłość wśród ludzi.
From all of the prophecies come simplicity.
Ze wszystkich przepowiedni przesłanie jest o prostocie.
Everything we need is in front of us.
Wszystko, czego potrzebujemy, jest przed nami.
Let's start to look for that beauty.
Zacznijmy szukać tego piękna.
This is a simple message,
To jest proste przesłanie.
and nature is everywhere.
Natura jest wszędzie.
Simply by sitting under a tree,
Po prostu siedząc pod drzewem,
spending time walking in a garden,
chodząc po ogrodzie,
are all ways that we find that essence of our heart.
to są sposoby odnajdywania esencji naszych serc.
We thank you, Creator,
Dziękujemy Ci, Stwórco,
for this chance in our
za
lifetimes
tę szansę w naszym życiu,
to make a difference
dzięki czemu możemy stworzyć,
in the
możemy
world
coś
that we're
zmienić
walking in
w świecie, w którym idziemy,
by investing
inwestując nasz czas
and our strength
i naszą siłę
in tomorrow
w jutro
and all the tomorrows that lay before us
i wszystkie dni, które są przed nami.
as children of the Earth Mother.
Dzieci, przed dziećmi Matki Ziemi. Drogi Stwórco,
Our journey to Ślęza began long before that first day when we were driving up there. And many of us had felt the power of Ślęza, and we didn't know what to expect. We talked about Ślęza to people along the way, and every person had something to tell us about Ślęza. We went to Gdańsk, and we did ceremony there and met people there who talked to us more about Ślęza and about previous ceremonies that had been done there. And there was just one thing after another, so that by the day that we began the actual ride to Ślęza, we were all so excited and so happy. Then when we got to the parking lot in Ślęza, we were so surprised because we had heard that there were possibly 150, 200 people who would be coming to this gathering. And I knew I had been told that it was a 2-hour walk up and then the same back down again, and it would be in darkness. And so I thought, well, maybe this will be too hard for people and there won't be many there. But when we got to the top and we passed many, many people along the way, there were 600 to 700 people there at Ślęza. And it was so beautiful.
People seem to have a yearning for wanting to know, because every community, every nation, every culture, they have some ancient knowledge and practices of their own. And some of it may have been kind of forgotten, but it's still there because we still have those linkages with the ancestors. I think generally people see that the native culture has a lot of ancient teachings that are still alive and well, and that, you know, they have that close connection with nature. I think that's what attracts people to wanting to hear more about that, because then maybe they can find something that will work in their own life.
This is a very special moment here that we share tonight. Więc nigdy nie zapomnijcie
myślicie o tym momencie, który dzielimy tutaj dzisiaj? Więc dzisiaj jest nowy rok, więc szczęśliwego nowego roku!
And so today is about that finishing up and starting new.
Dzisiejszy dzień jest o kończeniu i rozpoczynaniu tego, co nowe.
And what we do here tonight ripples out into the whole world with peace and love.
I to, co robimy dzisiaj tutaj, będzie się rozprzestrzeniało na cały świat spokojem i miłością.
And so we are getting ready to light the fire.
Jesteśmy gotowi, żeby rozpalić ogień.
I think those ceremonies and those sacred practices, they help connect us to, the seen and unseen realms. And really, if you do it with that place of respect where you're calling in those elements and you're calling in your ancestors, they're going to show up. And so that really creates a different atmosphere, that creates a different environment for doing that ceremony and holding it in that way too, because they're present.
Ancestors, helpers of the sea, we give thanks for this beautiful day. We give thanks for this new beginning. We give thanks for this new year. We pray that you will be with us and guide and protect us in all ways, and that you will be here with us tonight in this beautiful ceremony on Bella Habbat. Now I make you a help in the beauty of this day.
Składamy Ci dzięki za ten piękny dzień i za piękne życie.
We give thanks for bringing all of us together here in this beautiful, precious mountain.
Składamy dzięki za to, że mogliśmy się spotkać na tej pięknej, cennej górze.
May that moment stay with us forever.
Niech ten moment pozostanie z nami na zawsze.
So I wish you a beautiful New Year.
Więc życzę Wam pięknego roku.
I never thought in the world that I would be here, but I know there's a reason why I came. It's beautiful because what's happening is that it's just word of mouth, and I think it's more than that. I think it's just the energy it's time for us to be connected. And I've been telling people what I think happened is I think it's your ancestors that called us here. message I've been sharing is that we have the power within to heal ourselves. And I think if people understand that, they're going to look for those, how can I do that? Maybe look for those ways. I was also taught that the natural plants where we live, the medicines we need for the illnesses we have are right here. We really don't have to go far for that, for our medicines, for our natural medicines. I also want to encourage people to listen to that intuition, that inner knowing that's talking to us. Because in the society we live in, we're taught not to listen to that. We've developed a you fix me policy. And when they don't fix us, then we're not taking responsibility for our own wellness. So I want people to listen to that inner knowing in everything they do, to know what's best for them and to truly believe it and trust it.
Put in your minds all those beautiful plants that help us in our healing journey.
Pomyślmy o tych wszystkich roślinach, które pomagają nam na ścieżce uzdrawiania.
To heal our minds,
które uzdrawiają nasze umysły,
our hearts, our
nasze
bodies.
serca.
We consider the trees
Uznajemy drzewa
and the bushes and the shrubs.
i krzaki i krzewy.
We consider our families
Nasze rodziny,
as they represent families in nature as they do our own families.
że
And now our minds are one.
teraz nasze umysły są jedne.
We ask to bring in our hearts and all our nature.
Prosimy, by w naszych sercach znalazła się cała natura.
We ask to bring in our hearts the messages from the holy beings
Prosimy, by w naszych sercach znalazły się przesłania od istot świętych
and our star nations.
i narodów gwiezdnych.
We ask to bring in our hearts the messages from our ancestors.
Prosimy, by w naszych sercach znalazły się przesłania od przodków.
And now our minds are one.
Teraz nasze umysły są jedne.
We have put things together that you have asked for into 5 separate circles.
Stworzyłyśmy 5 oddzielnych kręgów z tych właśnie rzeczy, o których słyszałyśmy.
Each circle will have a grandmother
W każdym kręgu będzie babcia
and an interpreter,
i tłumacz.
and each circle will last for 45 minutes.
Każdy krąg będzie trwał 45 minut.
Old fence. Circles represent continuation in all nations. Again, I know even here in the European nations, the circle represents an opportunity to continue life. Life is a circle. We know that when we're born, that we will have the time that we enter back into the spirit world. With plants, every life has cycles. So circles actually are just natural patterns that many people relate to, and so it's easy to sit in a circle because in the circle, everyone is one. There is no real leader, and everybody feels equal. In other structures, such as school, for instance, you have a teacher, and the teacher is telling you what to do. In a circle, it's more of a sharing atmosphere. People feel more comfortable, and it's more logical. Circles are also a form of protection, because in our days of old, we used circles to protect the people. By that I mean we would have the children and the women inside, circle of men on the outside, and the warriors, so that they would protect it. And it's the same in nature. If you look at many types of animals, they will circle with and keep the women or the mothers and the females inside. So circles also represent DNA. They represent the essence of life.
We've been doing men's circles here in Polska. We've been doing them elsewhere, but my heart is also here in Polska, and this is where I will focus most of my time while I'm in Europa. And what we're doing is bringing the men's circles together, and the very same brothers and sisters I talked about earlier, who don't have this foundation underneath them, that myself and many like me were able to have in growing up, this support group of older brothers and uncles and grandfathers and great-grandfathers to support you in being a human being and being a man. It is through the work that we're doing today, we will use the wisdom of their ancestors with the technology we have today, and if we do this properly, as long as we have the will, we can be walking in heaven. Even though we're stressing the environment with our numbers greatly right now, with the technology we have, we can turn this around in renewable resources, etc., etc. It's all there before us. We simply need the will. And the will come from these men circles, when they bring the wisdom of their ancestors, when they know who they are, when they have self-love, when they realize their sacredness and their beauty as a man, to be able to bring this, so that we support one another in these circles. This is what it's about. Those who have been separated from their natural origins, the natural beauty of who they are as human beings. How important, what a beautiful jewel each human being is to us. Each one is separate and special, like each blade of grass here in our one-legged nations. Each one is special. That special power that they contain and they hold, we need as a whole, as a people, to live together in balance. We need your wisdom, your wisdom, your wisdom. You each hold truths. We want to bring those truths to the front so that you recognize them. We all can share in this knowledge and this beauty. This is what the men's circles are about.
Can you hear my song? Can you hear my song? I'm your mother, earth, I'm your mother. I'm your mother, earth, I'm your mother. You noticed I'm taking a stronger stand for myself. Have you noticed it's necessary for my survival and my health? Have you noticed something inside you change every day? Have you noticed only ignorance still stands in your way? Can you hear my song? Can you hear my song?
What is important in the modern world for us? That we get out of our heads and back into our hearts, out of our heads and back into our bodies, and get connected with the earth. How we do that doesn't matter. That we do it is important. There's a change coming. And those people who have done their work, who have cleared their energetic body, who have brought their bodies into alignment, who are deeply connected with the earth, and are walking without fear, and walking in their truth, they will be celebrating this time of change. Having children at the ceremony is an absolute gift. And one thing I promote, ceremony is sacred, but it need not be serious. So that we take care of ourselves and our environment and have a pureness of intention and honor our interrelatedness with each other and our environment. Then how we celebrate can be done in many ways. There's no right or wrong. And I encourage people to create their own ceremony. Because for many people it's something that's lacking. And also in society today we're very good about celebrating beginnings, but not very good about celebrating endings. And without celebrating endings, we don't often bring closure to certain relationships in our lives or periods of time in our lives. So ceremony is very important, as are rites of passage, because they allow us to disconnect energetically from that relationship or that period of our life so that we can be fully present in the next one.
In. Breath in. Breath out. In your body, relax.
Czując rozluźnienie ciała,
Soften.
miękkość
And feeling fully present in this moment.
i czując pełną obecność w tym momencie.
Now I want you to see that you are in your home.
Teraz zobaczcie siebie w domu.
And in your home, you look around at all the things that you have.
Rozglądacie się,
Hey, So your ancestors are so happy.
przodkowie są szczęśliwi.
And they say it's time for you to go now.
Mówią, że już czas na ciebie.
So now that you've met your ancestors,
Teraz, gdy spotkaliście waszych przodków,
and if you happen to be wakened up during that moment in time,
jeśli zdarzyło wam się być przebudzonymi w tym momencie,
just as that light is starting to break in the sky,
w tym momencie, kiedy światło zaczyna się przedzierać przez niebo,
they may be trying to communicate with you.
być może oni chcą z wami wtedy nawiązać kontakt.
And if you are open to that and don't roll over and go back to sleep,
A jeśli jesteście na to otwarci i nie przewrócicie się na drugi bok, żeby znowu zasnąć,
they may have a message for you.
mogą mieć dla was wiadomość.
So I just wanted you to have that awareness so you can use that time.
Więc chciałabym, żebyście mieli taką świadomość, że możecie użyć tego czasu.
I'm going to pass this fire now to you
Chcę ci przekazać ten ogień
and the women of your communities,
kobietom z twoich społeczności,
because you all have strong fires and lights within you.
ponieważ wszystkie macie silne ognie wewnątrz was.
And you have your own ways of connecting to that fire.
I macie swoje własne sposoby na łączenie się z tym ogniem.
Both the ceremonial fires
Tak samo ogień ceremonialny
and the fires deep within you.
i z ogniami, które płoną wewnątrz was.
Poprzez to wydarzenie z babciami, chcę przekazać ludziom miłość, żebyśmy żyli w miłości, żebyśmy żyli w pokoju i żebyśmy szanowali siebie nawzajem, ziemię, niebo, zwierzęta, ptaki, żebyśmy szanowali liście, krople w oceanie, żebyśmy szanowali żywioły i żyli w miłości. Jedność, współpraca, bycie razem, siostrzeństwo, braterstwo, radość. Po prostu bycie w chwili, w każdej chwili, w pełni, z miłością i radością.